Today we are about to make stuffed mushrooms with raw cashew cheese. And these mushrooms, if you can find the large mushrooms, that would be the best, because when we dehydrate them, they actually get smaller. There you see, I have these. And what we're going to do then is we're going to make our sauce that they will sit in nama shoyu. And you can see I don't have a whole lot of mushrooms in this batch, so I don't need to make as much sauce, so you'll gauge that. Now, here's the dilemma. Make sure if you get agave that it is raw agave. That means it has not been heated to kill the enzymes. I'm using agave. You can use, this is totally raw. Honey, make sure that it's totally raw. This is my coconut nectar, but right now they're kind of hard to find. And then, so I'm just using forms of sweeteners that are not going to make anything swing your insulin levels. This is yacon. Okay, so I put that in. 3 ingredients: a sweetener, your nama shoyu, because it's like an Asian sauce, and your olive oil. Make sure it's not... Italian olive oil is a little in controversy right now because of the things they were putting in it. So we don't want to use that. I use I use an oil from a grower. One of my friends, her mom lives in Greece, and she sends olive oil. So now I'm putting the mushrooms in the sauce, and they will dehydrate in this sauce, and this sauce will break them down. So you can see I try and get a little inside there. There's why I don't use the stems. Some people do. I don't use the stems. I tend to feel that they're a little bitter. Okay. So you can see I'm just evenly coating them. Anything I left over, I put on top, so you can tell how they look. And we will put these in the dehydrator. Now, when you put them in the dehydrator, I always keep everything under 95. So if you want these real crispy, they will have to dehydrate longer. If you want them just soft, they can dehydrate for like 5-6 hours. Okay, now we will stuff them once we've taken them out of the dehydrator. Okay, we just put these mushrooms in the dehydrator, and you can see how they're sitting in this sauce. Well, now today we are going to continue on our journey of stuffed mushrooms, but we're also making raw cashew cheese. So here's our raw cashews. They were soaked. They went through their process of letting off the gelatinous. So when you soak your cashews, you have to keep rinsing them, and you'll see a gelatinous effect to them. I think we showed that in a previous video. And now they look very clean. So there's no gelatinous on it. Now we're going to take this, and we're going to put these in my trusty Cuisinart. Okay, you can see how much I put in there. You probably could put even more if you wanted. We're going to take the coconut aminos. These are the coconut secret aminos, and there's not a lot to be involved in here. It's easy to make. We can knock it out real quick. I just do a little slicing of my dill, fresh dill, always organic. All produce is always organic. that we use. And then we turn it on. So now you're going to constantly scrape it down to make sure that everything is blended correctly. Okay, and it should have this consistency. This is like a cheese. You can see, here, watch, I'm moving it around. You can see how it is. Okay. Now, of course, this is a Cuisinart, but you can use a food processor because they are one and the same. Okay, so now we're going to add it with the rest of our cheese. Okay, so now we're going to chop up the green onions. I'm going to show you how I clean them. Of course, these are organic green onions, you can see. Just cleaning off. You can tell what leaves should come off because they would hang. Rinse them. And then we're just going to chop them. And they will be added to the cheese. So our cheese is green onion, dill, and cashew. That's the type of cheese we're making. And this cheese can be used for everything. You remember we were doing our poblanos. This is the cheese we had put in our poblanos. And we are now using them to stuff our mushroom caps. And these make wonderful appetizers for Christmas and Thanksgiving. So you guys can play with them because they're coming up. Christmas and Thanksgiving. I'll show you how to make a turkey loaf too, which is amazing with barbecue sauce. Okay, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take one of my mushrooms, I'm gonna stuff. Now I'm stuffing these, still not all the way cooked, but not that it's cooked, dehydrated, but it sure tastes like it's been cooked. But you can either wait or you can try them this way. We'll go on that adventure together. I usually dehydrate them first. Okay, and I just put a generous amount because the cheese literally soaks into the mushroom. All right. And this will go in our dehydrator.